Hey guys, what's up? All right. It's Double Deuce back with the segment of the Toyan 4-stroke FS100 RC four-wheel drive BLAZER. And took it out for some test runs today. It was a total disaster, but hey, I'll throw some film footage in there of me running it. So here we go. Okay, I seen, or you seen, I should say, this thing kind of flop around in the background of some of my videos. This is the RC4WD Drive Trail Finder 2 frame and the RC4WD Drive BLAZER body. And so, me, I can't leave well enough alone, so I was, wedging that Toyan 4-stroke single cylinder in this. And I was pretty impressed once I worked the bugs out of this system here. Most of it was a radio problem. I tracked it down to I had a bad throttle servo. But inside, this hood design on these suck. I'll put it this way. But inside you can see that I have kind of worked this up here and fitted it right between the frame rails with a temporary thing, couple of screws, some brackets, just to take it out and try it out. And see, it's down in there. I eliminated the muffler and I put a straight pipe on it. Best thing you can do for these little engines is just put a header pipe on it. There's a threaded coupler screw that holds the boost box on. Screw that in there, use that, and put your pipe right onto that. The other thing you can see is my Pcv system here. Positive crankcase ventilation. It works really good, but unfortunately the bearings are not sealed on the camshaft. So when this thing's running and the high RPMs is blowing oil out the camshaft bearings, so it's a right down mess. You see everything's all oil soaked in there. But however, it did lubricate the valve train pretty good. But so I'm probably going to go back to greasing it because it doesn't take much to grease the thing. I thought it would I'd be witty and pull something off, but it was a great idea in theory. But anyways, now I mounted my fuel tank in the back here. Something simple, and you see it's over here. And I threw my start thing in here. I don't have this hooked up to the radio because I'm running my old test radio, my Traxxas 3-speed test radio. And I just rigged the switch up here to see how it would go, to see if it was worth converting it over. Because sometimes some of the best ideas in the world, they don't work. And but fortunately, this thing, it seems like it's going to be a pretty good crawler. You can see underneath it, I'm using the Traxxas 3.3 Revo 2-speed tranny. Now, the video footage you're going to see, I haven't adjusted this yet, so it didn't get the shift into second gear because I wanted to give it more of a, I wanted to see how good it would crawl, I guess. And I'm running just the Traxxas drive shafts, and I got another set of these on order because I don't have a brake, so it was a little tough to throw it in reverse from time to time. And now I'm running the Arb Axles in this thing, so they do have, they're pretty stout, I guess, for what they are. They're locks and all that. And I just stuck the battery in the back here for now and took it out and did my thing. Maybe I'll finish the taillights up and all that stuff. Now, one important thing, okay, if you guys are converting something over to, the Toyan motor, or engine, I should say, one important thing you have to do is, if you see inside the engine compartment, there's plenty of room in there for air to move around, okay? And yeah, it'd be cool to put wheel wells in it and all that, but if you can see, I basically opened up the grill here too from the back side to get air movement through there, because believe it or not, just with that grill closed, and this engine was heating up so quickly, when I was first testing this thing, and it was just I didn't want to glaze the cylinder walls and start scoring things. So I took a 3M, it's a belt, like a little mini belt sander, and I got in from the backside and just shaved it, you know, without heating it up, because these are really fine, and it's only plastic chrome plated, so you get too much heat on it, these are all going to warp on you, and the chrome will start peeling off. So if you do it, the finger, it's like a little finger belt sander. You just keep shaving it, you know, and keep it cool, and you know, it opens it right up, and it did a really nice job. So these hinges, I tell you, you know, it's a great idea with these things, but they're just designed totally wrong on these things. And I actually made a set of hinges for my 62 Impala bubble top there, my 5th scale one. And I think I might sit down, being that these have some mounts and stuff on them here already on the hood and the fenders. And now, you know, I might try that, make some hinges for it. And that way when it opens correctly and doesn't flop all over the place. And it'll have springs on the thing, so it opens up. Now, the reason this is the methanol version of this motor, or this engine, and I want to put the gasoline water-cooled version in here, because once I do that, then I'll be able to get some inner fender welds and reroute my exhaust system, and you know, and actually fabricate a radiator for it, and which is a little challenge, but Johnny Q90 there, he's you know, he did some pretty amazing things there with that one. So, but now the truck itself, as far as suspension and stuff on it, you know, it holds the engine weight very well, and when you get a battery in the back, you know, it's balanced very well. It didn't tip over once on me, and I was trying to crawl over some things, but like I say, the issue of my throttle servo, it would work, and then it wouldn't work, and then it would go like half throttle, and then it would, you know, if you pulled it back to go wide open, it would only go about maybe 1/8 of a throttle, and it would, it was I couldn't figure out what was going on. I thought it was radio interference, but the old test radio, I think it's time to, you know, get some new servos for it. So I got some coming in the mail. But anyways, like I say, any questions, comments, you know, feel free to hit me up. You know, I'll post some running here of the truck at the end of the video. Like I say, like, share, subscribe if you want. Tell your friends. And if you're building something like this, you got any questions, you know, hey, throw them at me, you know, because it's, you know, the dumbest question in the world is one that was never asked. And so feel free to you know, speak your mind. So anyways, you guys have a great weekend, and I'm gonna get buried in some snow up here. I wanted to take this out in the snow tonight, but because of the servo, I don't have an extra one unless I rob it out of one of my other kits, and it's cold out there, so that could be a different venture. But it would be cool to have a plow on this thing. You know, that would be neat, because it does have the reverse and everything. So you guys have a good one, and I'm out. Adios.